strengthen the exchange of information and intelligence to effectively address and counter the threats posed by criminal networks operating across borders. The West African region is experiencing a significant increase in trafficking of all kinds, including drugs, arms, counterfeit medicines, human trafficking, and smuggling of migrants. Criminal networks operating in Latin America have strengthened their cooperation with their West African counterparts. As such, illicit flows of all kinds of prohibited goods and products have continued to increase and diversify. Kamelde Neljinge is the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, UNODC Regional Director for West and Central Africa.
The Gambia, like many countries in West Africa, is an ideal choice as a logistical transit hub for many transnational organized crime, including illicit trafficking of goods, drug trafficking, human trafficking, and migrant smuggling. Its geographical location makes detection difficult.
Miata Lily French, the ECOWAS representative, says they are committed to supporting countries to fight this menace.
ECOWAS is deeply committed to continue to engage with all relevant stakeholders to combat transnational organized crime in a multidimensional manner to find lasting solutions to the menace. I therefore entreat all international partners to continue to provide support and encourage enhanced political will from authorities to strengthen inclusive, collaborative, cooperative, and coordinated crime responses.
Serafin Wakana, UN Resident Coordinator to the Gambia, highlights some of the challenges confronting the African countries in fighting organized crime.
It is essential to acknowledge the challenges that persist in our collective pursuit of justice and the rule of law. Issues such as corruption, money laundering, drug trafficking, terrorism, and cybercrime continue to pose serious threats to peace, security, and development in our region.
Dauda Jallo, the Minister for Justice, says the Gambia is committed to ending all forms of transnational crimes.
Since 2017, my office has received and processed an increased number of mutual legal assistance requests from various countries, especially Senegal, Guinea-Bissau, and Nigeria, in addition to requests from around the world. My office, in accordance with the Extradition Act, has successfully extradited fugitives who sought refuge in the country, signaling that the Gambia is not a safe haven for criminals.
For many years, UNODC and ECOWAS have been working closely together to assist West African countries in the fight against transnational crime. For QTV News, I am Julden Yai.
Today, the 12th of June, is observed globally as World Day Against Child Labor, a day to raise awareness and call stakeholders to action. Jennifer Sonko had a conversation with the National Coordinator of Child Protection Alliance, Lamin Fati, and this is our report.
Child labor deprives children of their childhood, their potential, and their dignity, and is harmful to their physical and mental development. It is work that is mentally, physically, socially, or morally dangerous and harmful to children or interferes with their schooling. The theme for this year's commemoration calls for social justice for all.
A day of stock taking for CPA, and likewise should be for every child protection actor. That the day is set aside to set ourselves targets to see how best we are able to work towards the eradication or elimination of child labor in our countries as members of the United Nations or member countries that has ratified the International Convention on, on labor.
Africa ranks highest among regions both in the percentage of children in child labor, 1/5, and the absolute number of children in child labor, 72 million. Asia and the Pacific rank second highest in both these measures, with 7% of all children and 62 million in absolute terms are in child labor in this region. The National Coordinator for Child Protection Alliance says there is no political will to address the issue of child labor in the Gambia.
Looking at again, making a quiet reflection around those that's supposed to be the commitment of the government, you realize that is not something we could be brag about. Over the years, I cannot remember any action that has been taken to address the issue of children exposed in child labor, whether ranging it from selling, begging, or engage in the scavenging. When you go to back of the dump site, sometimes you see children actually doing that. And we've seen children being exposed quite a lot also to when it comes to the issue of apprenticeship, especially on commercial vehicles.
According to UNICEF, child labor frequently occurs when families face financial challenges or uncertainty, whether due to poverty, sudden illness of a caregiver, or job loss of a primary wage earner. Now, what is the way forward?
I think the way forward is about how government will be able to take up its commitment in terms of law enforcement, in terms of capacity building, for that the law enforcement officers or actors should be able to understand and have a comprehensive understanding within the legal framework. But equally also, to as much as you have laws that are quite, comprehensive, yet you have the level of awareness to that high, to a certain extent. But you also want to look at that in relation to the realities affecting our society. You have about 48% of the population living below the standard of living.
It is okay for a child to participate in activities that have the potential to develop that child, such as contributing to light housework or taking on a job during school holidays. Child labor affects the girls more due to the triple burden of school, work and household chores, making them more vulnerable. Reporting for QTV News, I am Jennifer Sonko.
The Ministry of Agriculture commenced a 4-day capacity building training on Monday for data collectors and analysis for the staff of the sector. The training brought together delegates from within the sub-region. Loli M. Kamara has the details.
The aim of the 4-day capacity building training is to build the human and institutional capacity of staff, including data collectors, analysts, planners, statisticians, and other service providers in the agricultural sector. The training will also develop key performance indicators to measure performance against set targets. Kemo Janka, Principal Trade Economist at the Ministry of Trade, represented the Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Trade, Industry, Regional Integration and Employment. He points out that as the national focal point for the Standing Committee for Economic and Commercial Cooperation (COMSEC) in the Gambia, it is important to highlight the project's funding mechanism as one of the key areas in its strategy development.
The COMSEC project funding provides funding to the multilateral cooperation projects of the member states and OIC institutions working in economic domain for realization of COMSEC ministerial policy recommendations.
Mr. Janka also emphasized the need to strengthen collaboration amongst ministries, development partners, and civil society to maximize the gains from COMSEC, which is one of 4 standing committees of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, OIC. According to officials from the ministry, a proposal was submitted under the 10th call for project proposals of the COMSEC project funding mechanism to be financed in 2023. Tolka Bermak, the Turkish ambassador to the Gambia, highlighted some of the areas where the Turkish government continues to support member countries and OIC institutions under the project.
Agriculture, financial cooperation, tourism, trade, transport, communication, poverty alleviation, and other areas. And this policy support instrument has played a crucial role in improving the institutional and human capacity in the member countries and strengthening solidarity among them.
Ambassador Bermak solicits the support of member countries such as Senegal, Nigeria, as well as Statistical, Economic and Social Research and Training Center for Islamic Countries, SASRIC, and COMSEC, who are also attending the event. The Minister of Agriculture, Demba Sabali, said his ministry is currently faced with a huge capacity gap in data management. It is against this backdrop, therefore, that the ministry developed this idea to train its staff for effective and efficient agricultural data management for informed decision-making and enhanced planning.
The aforementioned training will enhance interaction among peer institutions of member states and will generate the outcome of enhanced data collection, compilation, and processing capacity, as well as increased collaboration and partnership with OIC member states, regional and international organizations in data collection as envisaged in the COMSEC strategy.
Days to come, participants will be taken through topics such as development of metadata, data collection techniques and analysis, and reporting tools, amongst other things. For QTV News, Lolly M. Kamara.
That story by Lolly M. Kamara will take us to a commercial break, but when we return, we have more local as well as business news stories for you. Do stay tuned.
The future is now with QCell's 5G network. Experience speeds like never before with our new 5G Rocket Fixed Internet plan. Get speeds from 10 Mbps to 100 Mbps. Your 5G-enabled devices. Walk into QCell headquarters to get one of our 5G routers and experience the true feeling of 5G. Only with QCell. QCell brings you the future. Tech, innovation, incredible speed. The future is now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
To make sure your company's products and services reach your potential customers, it is essential that you choose the right channel for your marketing purposes. QTV has the widest reach locally and beyond, and we can give your business the visibility it needs. Call QTV Marketing on +220 324 4444 or email us at marketing@qtv.gm and take your business to the world.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV News and I am Asma Uba. Now, to ensure safe travel and a successful pilgrimage for intending pilgrims traveling with the company, Alpha's Travel Agency held an orientation ceremony on Saturday for its clients. The event was presided over by respected Gambian Islamic scholars with family members of intending pilgrims also in attendance. And Sumani Sunyasi has more.
These intending pilgrims are preparing for an important journey, a pilgrimage to the holy city of Mecca, as they seek to perform one of the most important pillars in Islam that all Muslims are required to perform if they have the means to do so. Their journey is being facilitated by Al-Fas Travel Agency. Numbering 51, these intending pilgrims will be the agency's first ever batch of pilgrims. And to ensure that all goes well, the agency held a day-long orientation and simulation for their clients, many of whom are first-time pilgrims. Aja Matida Jaju, Country Director of Al-Fas Travel Agency and renowned Islamic scholar Sheikh Ustaz Ibrahim Cham, orient the intending pilgrims on what they should expect in Mecca, their dress code, and the various places they will visit as part of their pilgrimage.
Make sure to follow the guides for advice. There are many things you cannot do in Mecca. For example, you'll be required to always dress modestly. We will provide you with garments you will wear. Endeavor to perform all rites and avoid doing anything that could jeopardize your pilgrimage. Our guides will be with you throughout the journey. In case you need anything while in Mecca, do not hesitate to ask.
We must all understand that some things are prohibited. You will not be allowed to do certain things. You are there to fulfill an important aspect of your deen. Please focus on that. Don't go about buying things. Wait until the end of your pilgrimage. And make sure to know the exact cost, because the currency there is different from the one we have in the Gambia. There were several other speakers, including Aja Maimuna Savage. Following the orientation, Alpha's guides, Aja Matida Jaju, Ustaz Sheikh Tal, and Sheikh Mohammed Jabi led the intending pilgrims on a simulation exercise. They were taken on various Hajj rites, beginning with how to wear the pilgrim's garments, how to perform Jamra, also known as the stoning of the devil, and took turns to go around a makeshift Kaaba while reciting various Hajj prayers. At the end of the simulation, they were each given 2 travel bags and 1 handbag and their passports. They are expected to leave for Mecca on Thursday, 15 June 2023. Answane Sonyase for QTV News.
Now, a 4-day training course on cybercrime and cybersecurity organized by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Rule of Law and Anti-Corruption Center in Qatar, and the United Nations Institute for Training and Research UNITA commenced on Monday. Mamadou Gajaga attended the opening and he now reports.
With the theme Strengthening Cybercrime, Knowledge and Skills in the Gambian Public Service, participants drawn from several departments in the public sector and in the sub-region will be trained on the threats of cybercrime and cybersecurity and how these threats can affect a country's socio-economic development. Dr. Mamadou Tangara, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, describes cybercrime as a global epidemic.
As we strive to create a prosperous and inclusive future for our nations, it is vital that we address the challenges posed by cybercrime and strengthen our cybersecurity capabilities. It is widely recognized that cybercrime has become a global epidemic with rapidly evolving menaces that transcend borders, geography, and national jurisdiction. The drivers behind cybercrime are diverse, ranging from financial gain to political motivation, espionage, and even terrorism.
Speaking on behalf of Dr. Ali bin Faistes Al-Mari, chairman of the Rule of Law and the Anti-Corruption Center, ROLAC, Yusuf Buhindi, says cybercrime remains a threat to governments and steps must be taken to fight it.
Cybercrime is one of the most dangerous threats to government today. And if countries do not take steps to protect themselves, this threat can stop government from being able to function and serve their citizens. Because of this, we are extremely proud of the partnership that exists between ROLAC and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Republic of the Gambia.
Alex Major, Director, Division of People and Social Inclusion at the United Nations Institute for Training and Research, UNITA, gave details of how much money is lost due to cybercrime around the globe. He urged more capacity building in cybersecurity.
The United Nations General Assembly proper have decided to hear the voice of many countries like yours or mine to try and understand what is the cost, what is the damage of lack of cybersecurity, to try and understand what is it that we need to learn, what we need to build in order to protect ourselves, and as the minister so correctly said, to try and leverage this knowledge, this capacity, these systems, these institutions that we are building so we can protect ourselves.
The objective of this training is to provide up-to-date skills and knowledge to public sector officers from the Republic of the Gambia to best recognize and prevent potential cyber threats and attacks before they happen, and also to develop an understanding of the tools available to counter actual attacks. Cyber offenses typically cluster around offenses that are computer-related, attempts to access computer systems without authorization, with criminal or malicious intent, or content-related, attempts to steal protected data, copyrighted materials, or online resources. Mamadou Gajaga, QTV News.
That story by Mamadou Gajaga takes us to business news. Now, Techno, an innovative technology brand with operations in over 70 countries and regions across 5 continents, on Saturday launched its latest smartphone, the Camon 20 series in the Gambia. Alusisa has more.
Techno has grown into a recognized leader in its target markets, delivering the latest innovations through a wide range of smartphones, laptops, and tablets. The Camon 20 series is part of Techno's commitment to unlocking the best and newest technologies. The model comes with the most sought-after advanced feature for social media users, such as advanced camera for quality images of all sorts and bigger storage capacity. Hosted by Yasalin Jai, alias Sister Jai, the event was attended by agents, distributors, and retailers of Techno in the Gambia. Babakar Job, country representative of Techno, thanked Techno agents and distributors for making Techno a well-established brand in the country. With the brand slogan, "Stop at Nothing," the new Camon 20 series is part of the innovation by Techno.
Parce que ku xam Techno xam ko ak innovation, ku xam Techno xam ko ak jege bu muy bëgg jege à chaque fois ay partenaire am ay client final am.
Techno is the official global partner of Manchester City Football Club, 2023 UEFA Champions League champions, FA Cup and English Premier League. Ismail Abba, one of Tecno's agents, and famous Gambian TikToker Tida Job, respectively, said the popularity of Tecno products is possible because of the trust earned from the public due to its quality products. They recommend the new Common 20 series for all.
The success of the company is only possible with you, your commitment and your trust. Thanks again for your trust.
One of the people have already presented the phone and explained everything that is involved there, being the memory, being the camera, and even the tools that are involved in the phone. So which means everybody have seen the good thing about this phone, the Canon series, 20 series.
Mohamed Jatara from Tecno in Senegal said the new Common 20 series will be available at all shops of Tecno agents.
We have for the first time for Common 20 Premier 108 megapixel of camera, and which give you the large view when you are taking photo in whether in dark environment or daylight moment. You always have the premium quality of professional photography. And also we have 3 camera on the real camera, and the principal camera is 64 GB, 64 MP for sure. So this is high-end models which will make our customer very happy, because it is the best brand right now in the market, and it is leading everywhere in Africa on the top selling.
There was a quiz on Tecno products during which winners received gifts. The Common 20 series, known for its stylish design, picked up prestigious Muse Design Awards 2023 after it was unanimously praised by the judges. Held by the International Awards Association, the award is one of the most influential international awards in the global design field, known for its rigorous judging system and high-quality criteria. This year's awards received over 6,300 entries. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cissé.
That's all we have for you, but before we go, recap of our main news headlines. A 3-day regional ministerial meeting on strengthening international cooperation and combating transnational organized crime got underway today. Today, the 12th of June, is observed globally as World Day Against Child Labor, a day to raise awareness and call stakeholders to action. The Ministry of Agriculture commenced a 4-day capacity building training on Monday for data collectors and analysis for the staff of the sector. To ensure safe travel and stressful pilgrimage for intending pilgrims traveling with the company, Alpha's Travel Agency held an orientation ceremony on Saturday for its clients. In business news, Tecno, an innovative technology brand with operators in over 70 countries and regions across 5 continents, launched its latest smartphone, the Common 20 series, on Saturday. But that's all we have for you in this news bulletin. Join us at 10 p.m. for more news. Thanks for watching.